I mean, for example, the thing that bothers me that no one really wants to talk about is, like, for example, Lizzo, right? The singer who's she's heavy. And everyone has a comment about her. I remember Kanye, when he was going off the rails, he was doing this whole thing about, he mentioned Lizzo and her being overweight and America pushing this image and so forth. No one talks about DJ Khaled, who's actually bigger than Lizzo and actually brags on Instagram about how he eats lobsters every day. But people like Khaled, and he's the funny overweight guy, and he's in his Maybach with his shirt off and stuff like that, and but no one, I mean, it's somewhat like a sexist. I feel it's a sexist thing. You can't talk bad about Lizzo and praise Khaled in the same breath. Like, it's just, it's not fair because both of them are somewhat, are overweight.
Right.
And, but men, I think, have more of an acceptability of being overweight than women.
Yeah, well, there's a thing that's connected that I think that you got to put into this equation is that, Black women for so long have been, put at the bottom rung. And so what you're seeing is people who have been kind of subjugated. There's a backlash of like, no, don't beat on us. Like, like Black women finding their voice, finding their pride. And it's unfortunately, it's linked with this thing of being proud of who you are.
Well, and to be fair,
your size, and you don't have to be thin.
And to be fair, I feel that heavier women are more accepted in the Black community than the white community.
True, but
what I'm saying? The whole, like, I never heard the term thick being referred to white women.
Right.
Right? Like,
unless it's in the Black club.
These days, there's a thing, and, white girls are getting BBLs and all that. But I'm saying, like, in general, thick was a term for Black women, almost exclusively for a long time.
Yeah.
White women were not trying to be thick.
Yeah.
A white woman who was considered thick, white men would consider her just fat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's complicated because there's a lot of unhealthy sisters out here that it's like they don't want to get healthy, and they look at someone like that and find their pride in it. I'm gonna bring some more mashed potatoes. Like, no, it's the problem is the link there. Be proud of yourself, but damn, like, you can be proud of yourself and healthy.
Right. I mean, your wife, for example, is very much a fitness person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that you two seem to have in common.
Well, because it just, your quality of life is just so much better.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some people don't want to do what's hard for them. And what's really twisted is that there'll be women who lose weight and then ostracized by other women, because they look at themselves in their equation and go, that bitch, whatever. It's kind of twisted up. But when I see the obesity and the diabetes and all that type of stuff, and mothers, leaving the family and kind of putting this, having generations of women doing the same thing. Hey, man, it gets tricky because food is connected to Black women's or Black people's creature comfort. If you don't have, if you're a poor Black person, where's your creature comfort? A lot of times that's food. That's what makes you feel good, and there's a tradition of that. You want to take that away from me too? You know what I mean? So it's complicated, right? It's personal to me because with my mom and my father, I'm like, Mom, this is turkey bacon. Mom, this hamburger, this is a turkey burger, Mom. Here's some greens that made with this non-GMO. Like try my best. I have to try my best to put my mother on a diet that she can enjoy her food because you know how to cook. Just cook with something that's not going to, take you out of here. And it's tricky.
Yeah, I mean,
because
listen.
then ultimately I had to get to a point where my mom and my father, it's like, that's all good, but this is my comfort. And I go, granted, I had to do my best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a certain point that, like I said, it's tricky in that community where you ain't got money, but you got some damn good food.
Yeah, I mean, listen, who doesn't love soul food? I love soul food.
But,
again,
it comes down
but soul
to
food is made with essentially the worst stuff on earth.
Yeah.
They put pork in damn near everything. They put grease and fat in, I mean, collard greens by themselves don't taste very good, but you throw a bunch of pork and lard and whatever, it's vegetarian. No, it's not. It is not.
Yeah.
The only thing vegetarian is the green stuff there. Everything else around it is a whole lot of animal fat.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese, like all this stuff. I mean, even the stuff that's supposed to be healthy, like yams, are just all tons of sugar and, molasses and whatever else. Yeah. But it tastes good.
Yeah.
Cornbread, slathered with butter. Like, listen.
Yeah, but we got these through lines where, it's about loving yourself.
Yeah.
It's about putting other people before you, hopefully your family.
Yeah.
And being around for them and, kind of, trying to do something for that generation so they're around longer. And, just education. And it ain't easy, but it's worth it. I'm gonna be preaching my gospel of like taking care of yourself as much as I can, and to anybody who wants to hear it. But I do understand, and I have empathy for people doing their thing. It's like, like with my mom, I got to present it to you.
Yeah, I mean, with people, man, there's so many people in my life throughout the years that you tell them just the most obvious thing, but they will not do it. And you present the facts and you present your track record of telling them certain things.
Yeah.
And it does not matter. They're going to sit there. That horse is going to sit there next to that lake and say, I'm not thirsty.
You still got to do it.
You still got to do it.
You got to do it. You better not keep your mouth closed.
You care about the person.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely.
listen, I mean, I've said this before. To this day, it still bothers me. DJ Slay, who had been my friend for like 20 years. My last text message with him, we were talking about some interview stuff. He was helping me book somebody, and I'm like, "How you been?" He's like, "I'm good, just trying to stay out of the way of this COVID thing." And I'm like, "Okay, are you vaccinated?" He said, "Nah, the vaccine don't work for the variants. I'm gonna wait until all the variants are done, and I'm gonna take the vaccine then maybe." And I'm sitting there on my keyboard, right, and I'm like, I want to say something, but I'm like, but this man is older than me, right? He was like, I don't know, like 7, 8 years older than me. So I'm like, and I've gone through these conversations with so many people that I'm like, I'm just, something. If he doesn't want to take the vaccine, there's a grown ass man. He don't have to take the vaccine. 1 week later, he got COVID, went to the hospital. He was in the hospital, like on life support for months, ultimately died. And it's like, if I had said something, would it have changed? Would he have like, oh, I respect Vlad. Let me go ahead and get vaccinated. That vaccine would have saved his life. I'm sure people in the comments are going,
but
that vaccine statistically would have saved his life. He was a man in his mid-50s. He was somewhat not obesely overweight, but he was somewhat overweight. He would go out a lot drinking. I don't know if he smoked, whatever. But ultimately, whatever that situation was put together, he caught COVID and died prematurely.
No.
I could have said something. I chose not to because of the social awkwardness around that. And it still bothers me to this day.
Absolutely. That's exactly right. Exactly right. That's why you got to be the pain in the ass for your friends, for the people you love. Even if they don't respect it and it causes the end of the friendship, so be it. So be it. but you got to live with yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly right, man. I don't ever want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to second guess. So, you do the right thing, not for your ego, just for your health.
The right thing. Yeah. No, I feel
yeah.
you. I feel you. And I'm sorry to his family.
Yeah.
That didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it. Next time around, I'm gonna learn from my mistakes and say something, even if he tells me to go fuck himself afterwards.